morning, guys. It is December 13th, 2021. It's about 5:45 in the morning. And we are finally, I say finally, we are on chapter 4 of Genesis. And this, to me, begins the moments of hope. This begins the completion of God's promises. So in today's verses, we're going to meet two more people in the Bible. And I want to start by saying sometimes there's some language that you'll question whether it's in the Bible. And that's the reason I give you the verses, is so that you can go back and you can look for yourself. I read out of the NLT version. And so today is Genesis chapter 4, verses 1 through Genesis chapter 4, verses 2. And you'll understand what I mean by language in a second. So I'm going to read it to you. It says, "Now Adam had sexual relations with his wife, Eve, and she became pregnant. When she gave birth to Cain, she said, with the Lord's help, I have produced a man. Later, she gave birth to his brother and named him Abel." Everybody kind of knows the story of Cain and Abel. But if we remember back when God said, "Be fruitful and multiply," this is what he was talking about. So Adam and Eve have two sons, Cain and Abel. And the other part of this is that God said through her seed, through her offspring, it will come someone who's going to crush the head of the serpent. And so even though, and this is the wonderful thing, even though Adam and Eve were cast out of the garden, cast away from God's presence because they sinned, they still said, "The Lord gave us." You know, if you think about your kids, as hard as it is sometimes, the Lord blessed us with them for a reason. The Lord blessed me with 3 kids for a reason. Each one of them completely different. None of them are the same. None of them were created to be the same person. They each have their own unique abilities and wants in life, and you know, they each have their own interests and things that they enjoy doing. But the basis of this is that God's entrusted them to us so we can bring them to him. So now we meet Cain and Abel. So now there's 4. There's Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel. And this begins the narrative story of how we see the hope of Jesus and how we see God's promises fulfilled. So I want you to think about this for a second. Even if you don't have children, even if you don't, God hasn't given you children, who is it that God has entrusted in your life for you to guide to him? Whether it's a friend or a spouse or even a family member. Who is it that God said, "Okay, I entrust that you're going to help in this situation. I trust that you're going to guide them into being with me"? So that's my question tonight. And also, in this, how do you see God fulfilling his promises in your life? I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday, even though it's Monday. I hope you guys have a great Monday, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.